In today's video, we're going to tow an excavator on a 12-foot dump trailer with my 2021 ECO Diesel Gladiator. So let's get into it. So the first thing I really like about this truck, which is not particular to the Gladiator, it's on all these modern trucks, is this backup camera for hooking up trailers. It is the handiest thing. Oop. Boy, that's a little harder to do when you're filming. The other thing is you got this option to zoom, which is right there, which is handy. Now let's see if I can not screw this up while I'm filming. Hey, close enough for government work. Alright, let's go over here and get some air in the tires on this trailer. Okay, we got her all loaded down, loaded up and strapped down. Get out in traffic here. I hate loading this thing right there because of the whoop-de-doo in the driveway. So, this excavator, wet, weighs just at 4,000 pounds. And this trailer weighs, with everything in it, just under 3. So like 26 or 2,700. Oh shit, we're in 4-wheel drive still. We're gonna get down here and pull off. I put the truck in 4-wheel drive just in case where that's unlevel. If it was to pop up off the ground, and it wouldn't roll anywhere, considering how unlevel it is. Pull in here. Real fast. I want to get out and look and check everything now that we're on level ground also, to make sure I got the thing sitting in there to where the tongue weight's about right. Give me just a second. Camera shut off on us there. So we're going to cruise up the river road here at about 50. The speed limit's 55, just to give us a little bit of ease in these curves. And the bumps are so bad. So as you can probably tell from the camera view, it doesn't jerk you around real bad. Now of course this is hauling weight. It's not like hauling a camper or anything. Now a camper is going to have a lot more wind drag than this weight. And this is about, I would not advise pulling much more than what this weighs with one of these trucks. It's not that the excavator's too heavy, it's just this trailer is so heavy. But the key thing with this excavator is getting it positioned in that trailer so that the tongue weight is proper. You don't want to have a whole ton of tongue weight on this small of a truck. Now you want to have your weight balanced so it's more tongue heavy than picking up on the back of the truck. But you don't want to have all the weight on the tongue. Another thing too with towing these trucks I'm leery of is going into anything that's an unimproved road or really off kilter. I would say some rotational force that the tongue on this, or the frame on this truck, would bend rather easily. But the other thing, and I should make this clear at the beginning of the video, is this is not what this truck is meant for, what I'm doing with it today. I'm using it in this manner because it will do it on occasion. But day in, day out, if I was having to tow this excavator with this truck, I would definitely want a lighter weight trailer because this machine is not very heavy. Like I said, I think like 2,000 kilograms, which is somewhere around 4,000 pounds. I don't really remember. I know I looked, actually I think it's 1,200 kilograms maybe. I looked it up when I first bought the machine, and it's just over 4,000 pounds. Now, what I predominantly move this excavator with is that white Ford truck. You can crawl it up in the back of it, and it's 10,000 GVRW. But it's just me, and I didn't want to drive that truck to work today just to move this excavator. I needed to move this excavator in this trailer anyway. So, here we are moving. It's not going to show today because this is on the river road and we're only running like 20 miles. But when I've towed with this truck in the past with this exact same load, I average about 18 miles a gallon on the interstate. Now I don't run any more than 60 miles an hour because it's a heavy load for the truck and trailer. Well, it's a heavy load for the truck, and obviously braking is not as good as unloaded with a load. So there goes some friends of mine. But anyway, drive a little bit slower. There's a lot more into towing weight than just having a truck that you can hook it to and rated to pull it, or slightly overloaded. I don't care what your opinions are on this. There's a lot more to towing with a truck than what the truck's rated for and your general capability you think you have. Ain't nobody's hurt by slowing down, taking your time, being more aware about things. Things happen and you have to be ready for them. So, anyway, like, this is a very bumpy road, and I'm not fighting the steering wheel. It's not tail wagging the dog in me or anything, and I'm cruising up through here 45 miles an hour on the bumpy areas and 50 on the regular flats. So, and just to give you a rundown, because I can't show you while I'm driving, we're running in 7th gear, about 1800 RPMs. Our oil temperature is 224 degrees Fahrenheit. Our exterior temperature today is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. I have seen that temperature reach 240, 245 while towing in summer heat. Oil pressure is 28 psi, which is what this thing seems to run at. Battery voltage is good. It's good. Tire pressures are good. Coolant temperature is 208 degrees. Transmission temperature is 188 degrees. Now that transmission temperature, I've seen is get as high as 198, 200 towing in the summertime. And yes, we're getting past going up this road, but people drive this road at 65 and 70 miles an hour. It's a 55 mile an hour road. So, got a first pretty good turn here. A little bit of brake. Throttle the way through it. No issues. Did downshift to 6th gear. Now, here's the other thing as to why this is not going to make a very good video, other than me yammering on about this truck and how this is a little bit too much of a load for it. There's a pretty good bump in the road. See, it's not waggling me or dragging me around the road. This is 20 miles, but it's basically flat. We're going to cross one hill on a single lane road, and we're going to be doing 15 miles an hour when we get across there anyway. So it's not a good example of towing in the mountains or towing on the interstate, but it's the video that I thought about shooting today. So, would I haul this excavator with this trailer in very, very steep terrain? No. Now, I am here in West Virginia. I have pulled it up and down Interstate 79 with this load, which is a rather hilly piece of interstate, but it is not mountainous. I don't think I would try to go across the Rockies with 8,000 pounds behind this truck. But for my uses and the little bit I have to move this, typically when I use this truck to tow, I'm hauling gravel with it in this trailer, and I haul about 2 tons of gravel in this trailer. So it's a very similar load to this excavator. And I don't do it every day. So the other thing too, just for people who are going to hate in the comments about, you know, this, that, and the other, and the frame's going to bend or suspension's going to wear out. Yes, that's going to happen with any truck over time if you overload it. Yes, I understand that. But this is the second Gladiator I've had, and I towed more with the gasoline one than I have with this one, if we're being honest. The gasoline Gladiator with the 3.6 and the 6-speed I had, it struggled more with this excavator than this ECO Diesel does. And that's another thing with the ECO Diesel Gladiator versus the standard Gladiator. My black Gladiator would move anything it could stop. This ECO Diesel can move a heck of a lot more than what it's capable of stopping. So you do want to be mindful in that aspect if you have an ECO Diesel. I could see someone with an ECO Diesel easily getting themselves into trouble versus someone with a gasoline Gladiator, especially a gasoline with the manual. The clutch in that truck did not like a real heavy load. But I moved about 15 loads, 30 miles one way, 2.5 tons at a time in this trailer with my black Gladiator when I was building the garage at my other place, or when I was prepping the area for the garage at the other place, and it held up to that just fine. When I got rid of it, I'd had it for 2 years to the day. It had 25,500 some miles on it, and clutch wasn't chattering. It went through the recall okay, no replacement of parts. Truck drove fine, no issues. So it's a really pretty day out today. I really wish I could hold that phone and drive so I could show you how low of an RPM it's running and go through and show you the trans temp and the oil temp and things. So same thing with this pretty sharp curve. We're just going to dust the brakes, slow down to 45 from 50 and throttle through it. Job we're going to do with the ESCavator. Boy, this is really like a podcast, me just talking. Nobody's gonna watch this shit. The job we're going to do with the ESCavator is we got to put in about 40 foot of underground conduit, some 2-inch black pipe I have. We're gonna run some wire and some PEX through it out to an outbuilding so that we can plumb our air compressor up outside of the garage so we don't have to deal with the noise, and have an air line and a switch in the basement so you ain't gotta go outside in the cold and turn it on either. Also have to do some backfill around a foundation for a building that was built. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop my rambling from there and go on ahead, and I'll update you when we get to the slow road. So now here is where the ECO Diesel Gladiator does not make great strides in towing. Below 25 miles an hour on a road like this, it wants to shift back and forth really bad between third and fourth gear. At slower speeds, it wants to shift back and forth between second and third really bad. It has a hard time picking up home. So in the effort of keeping transmission temperatures low, what I like to do is kick it over and run it in manual mode and run it in mostly third gear at about 1500 RPMs. Sorry about the focus messing up there. My windshield's not real clean. But we've got about 15 minutes of this to go through. Might set you all up like that, so you can see a little bit better. fall colors are beautiful out right now. Rain kind of knocked them off a little bit. Ooh, car coming. And see, that's where trailer brakes make everything. Because common courtesy is somebody on the river side of the road gets the right of way, or bigger vehicle gets the right of way. And as you can see, she did not give a flying shit. So, but that was a dead stop, essentially restart on a hill, and we're already back up to 25 miles an hour. So the truck handles itself power-wise really well. And see, that's why you always be mindful when you're towing. That lady was lost. As you can see, this road's kind of rough through here. Sorry about the bad camera vibration. Alright, so now we're going to do a takeoff here from a dead stop. Now that car's past us. It wasn't a very good place to do that because now we got to slow down to go across this bridge. There's a good bump on the bridge. You can feel that. That ain't too bad. You can only pick up so much off the camera. Alright, I'm going to quit playing around holding this in my hand now. Seems like there's a lot of traffic on the road this evening. This is our one very, very small hill we got to cross. Hold on, we got to check these power lines here. They're kind of low. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Just got to hang to the left here. This little piece right here is why we're not moving this on the Ford, and we're doing it with this dump trailer. Because if I would have had that on the Ford, I'm 10 foot 3 to the top of the cab on the excavator when it's on that truck, and I don't think it would cross that. So here's our last little section of that we got to worry about. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so here you are. We made it safe. No issues at all. There it is sitting on flat ground. If anybody was judging at the beginning of the video. So, I yammered a bunch in the driving portion of this video. And I'm just going to hit a couple small things real quick and in a hurry. One, I apologize that the video wasn't very good. It's a little hard to drive and film for yourself. Two, this combination weighs somewhere roughly between 7,000 and 7,500 pounds. Roughly. The trailer weighs, 2,500, I believe. The ESCavator weighs just at 4,000 wet, if I converted it right. So, now, today's video was 20 miles of flat driving up the river road, 10 of which was out a single lane road at 25 miles an hour, so not the best towing review. Long story short, this truck probably wouldn't handle towing this every single day without issues, but that's towing heavy load with any light truck. It handles it just fine. It does not tail wag the dog or anything like that, whip you around real bad, keep your speed nice and slow. With the trailer brake controller from Mopar that I have that you saw, and the trailer brakes on this trailer, everything works magnificently. Stopping is not an issue. So you just want to, like with towing anything, keep your speeds reasonable. Other than that, typically on the longer hauls I've done, there's the trail cup. Typically on the longer hauls I've done, average 18 miles a gallon on hilly interstate. And I guess I don't mind saying it, the hilly interstate I refer to is I-79 in West Virginia, which is not mountainous. So would I tow this through the Rockies? Probably not. The other thing to consider is that towing weight and towing something like a camper that has a big wind drag and a lot more length are two totally different things. So be mindful of that if you're towing with your Gladiator. Things that I like more about the ECO Diesel Gladiator than the gasoline Gladiator. It's got a lot more low-end torque. Fuel mileage is better. It holds back better, even though it's an automatic going downhill than my manual Gladiator did. Things I dislike about towing with this truck versus my 2020 Sport with the 3.6 and the 6-speed. This at speeds below 25 miles an hour on single lane roads, going real slow, it likes to shift around from third to fourth and second to third, depending upon speed and load. So you have to run it in manual mode to keep your transmission temps low. Other than that, I'm going to unload this excavator. Thank y'all for watching. I know this was a terrible towing review, but y'all have a good one. For comparison, that's what it sits with the empty trailer.